Hello, welcome to another sketchbook tour. This time I'm showing you a sketchbook from 2014 to 2015, where most of the sketches are urban sketch from Toronto and also a little trip to Ithaca, New York. In this case I used a small watercolor moleskin. So let's get started. So this was a sketch of a truck in the distillery district. That's almost like a mini art installation in a sense. If you've been to the distillery district, you'll recognize this like futuristic spider looking sculpture and a view of the space. I used a pen and watercolor on top to do that. Those were done on site, I believe. This was at the harbor front. This is at the Toronto Indie Art Market. I was there, so there was a musician there that I decided to sketch. His name was Daniel Ing. And also some of the people that were there, some of the things that were being sold. This is a sketch of a person in the subway that I did. I added the color afterwards. This was at the Toronto Sculpture Garden. I started this, but I was not in the mood to go into detail. It was the detail of a church I was nearby, so I decided to go for the garden instead. This is just a chandelier at a coffee shop that I went to. First time attempting to draw the CN Tower from a weird position. This is just somebody at a coffee shop. People in the subway. This guy had a very interesting style, so obviously I had to sketch him in the subway. Again, people in the subway, details of a hotel, details of the exhibition place. We went to a antique show, so those are some of the stuff that were there. This was the entrance of my hotel on the outside. We went inside a museum, and from the inside, you could see this really beautiful garden. There was like big windows, and you could see this whole thing. So I think it took me about an hour and a half to put this together, and it was one of my favorite ones in this sketchbook. We also went to the Museum of Earth, also in Ithaca. Unfortunately, my skeleton did not fit in my sketchbook. These are just some people that were in a restaurant in Ithaca. Back in Toronto, Ben Pot House of Tea was an interesting space to sketch as well. This was for Halloween. A couple of us went to the Office Pub when there was a karaoke. It was actually on the 31st, and people were dressed up, people were singing karaoke. So what I did is I drew the people and I added the colors afterwards. This is the second page. It was really fun. There were some very interesting costumes. People in the bus when the subway is not working. Allen Garden. Details of flowers of Allen Garden. The Hart House at the U of T. There's also from inside, you can see it was cold. It was in November. So I was inside, but there's a window where you can actually see the garden and the sculpture. It's going towards the gallery. So that was an interesting view. We also went to Rex Bar. Let me fit this properly. That was the first time that we went there. So again, I drew the singer. Behind are the words of some of the song that he was playing, and I added the colors afterwards at home. This was one of his mate, and that was another one. This was done at the AGO, so it's basically one of the sculptures in the African sculpture area, and that's when I discovered ink tents. So what I did is I did everything in black and white using the ink tents to really get the intensity of, I should put it like this, to really get the intensity of the color, and then afterward added a wash of watercolor on top of it. I'm very happy with this. This was again at the AGO. There was like an installation, random sketches of people in the subway, color added afterwards as well. Ben Pot Tea, another day, another view. people in the subway. You can see that it was cold. You can see what time of the year it is when I'm sketching people in the subway. And that's the last page, and that's it. There you go, my sketchbook for 2014-2015 in Toronto and Ithaca. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question with respect to this sketchbook, just put them in the comment below, and I will see you next time. Bye.